there's so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
And you be proud to be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you leave college.
continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today.
are so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all.
Shortstop number 20, Carson Bagel. Call up. What's the problem?
I don't know. I didn't change anything.
Oh. Maybe camera 1. Oh, it says no valid. Wait, yeah, try to the source. The source again. Just tap that. Hello, everyone. Welcome in to the second game of the doubleheader between Trine University and your Adrian Bulldogs. Unfortunately, we're coming in with 2 outs already in the top of the first. As we had some technical difficulties, but we are figuring it out now as we keep it going. So far, it has just been 2 strikeouts so far. Actually, no, the first out was a fly ball left field. It was caught, but here comes the 1-2 pitch. And he's outside for another ball, as it is 2 balls, 2 strikes. His batting right now is Maggie Lavelle. 2-2 ball. Strike 3 is called. That will end the inning. First inning, no score for your Adrian Bulldogs, as we will get set for the bottom of the first. We will be right back. Welcome back here. We are at the bottom of the first. Leading off is number 34, Emma Lee, as she takes strike 1. The pitcher for the Bulldogs is number 89, Abby Patton. She's got a nice ERA of 3.2 and 13 strikeouts at Calvin on Saturday. This hit ball struck into left field, and we're going to have a single for the leadoff for Trine. All right. Next batter up is number 13. You have Trine in the left field. First pitch incoming. Shows bunch. Called strike. That ball was thrown to second because thought the runner was going. Lee stayed back at first, and the count is 0-1. The 1 ball hits the outside corner, called second strike. Owing to his count, Trine is now in a hole she needs to get out of. That one is fouled to the left side. Count stays 0-2. Abby Patton has 7 completed games, a record of 9-2, as this 0-2 ball is coming. And it is outside for the first ball of the at-bat for Trine. This one's hit. Center field, and it's caught. This might be a double play here. Oh. Ball sent in from the center field was just off the bag, so it could not get the double play, but there is now one out as Trine had a fly out to center field. Now batting, second baseman Emmy Rocha up to bat. Comes a ball, swing for strike one. The 0-1 ball. Coming. The breaking ball just caught outside. This count is now all tied up 1-1. Patton throwing the ball. This was outside. Runners, and she's got her. Trying to steal a base was Emma Lee, but the arm, an Adrian College catcher, got her out. And now there's 2 outs in the bottom of the first. The count is 1-1. That ball hit and just can't get to it. And there was be a single for the Trine. Debbie Hill, excuse me. Hill, one of the best hitters for Trine. She's got 5 home runs on the year. Just pitched in the first game. And here's the first pitch to her. Called strike. Debbie Hill just completed a game just earlier, about 30 minutes ago. Now she's back up bat. She thought about it, should have swung at it because that was called a strike. The count is 0-2. 0-2 pitch incoming. She thought about it. This time her intuition was correct, and that was a ball outside. And now the count is 1-2. And going for the pitch. And again, just outside. Now the count is all square at 2s. Got a runner at first, 2 outs in the bottom of the first. That one just a little bit low and inside. Now the count is all filled up, 3-2. They have bat here, 2 outs. Penn getting the pitch from her catcher. That one called inside for strike 3. And that will end the inning. 2 hits from Trine, but could not get any runs to score. And it is all squared up at 0s after first. We will be right back here on Adrian College.
Today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what, Those were incredibly special years, never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after.
Welcome back here inside Adrian College here for the second game of the doubleheader against number 1 ranked Trine and your Adrian College Bulldogs. Up to bat now is a designated hitter, Haley DeChalk. As she takes called strike 1. Something to look at here. Alexis Michon is the pitcher. She has 81 Ks so far through the season and a 9-1 record. She accounts for Trine's only loss on the season as they're 25-1 now. Absolute dominant season by Trine. They were ranked 1 by the AP poll at preseason, has kept that rank ever since, destroying teams left and right as the 1-1 pitch comes in. This one's hit, and it's going to be a single for DeChalk as it goes right up through the middle. Grounders cannot get that one, and we got the first hit for the Bulldogs in the second game. As we have Eva Farrelly up to bat, first baseman for Adrian. Pitch coming in. Shows bunt. It's popped up in the air. That'll be an out. So it comes easy down. Able to catch her to get that one. Now we have Ava Wolf up to bat. She's got a runner at first after that great single. Trying to get some action here in the top of the second. Pitch coming in. That one's going to be called a strike. Sean gets a little sand on her hand. Try to grip the ball a little bit better as this pitch comes in. It's going to be a 0-2 count after that strike. Runner at first here. Yeah, 1 out, 0-2 count, top of the second. Adrian trying to get something going early they were not able to do in the first game. That's going to be a strikeout. Megan Lupu up to bat now with 2 outs. I'm going to run her on first. That one's going to be low. She's got a 1-0 count. Megan Lupu, the center fielder for Adrian. The 1-0 count. That one's going to be a called strike. Be 1-1. The 1-1. Ball incoming. She stripes this one, but it's going to be unfortunately foul. As that one was almost fair. It was right in the line for a little bit, but unfortunately came down just probably an inch foul. Music was playing as thought maybe that was going to be maybe a double for your Bulldogs, but now the count is 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. She's gone. They called strike 3. She went, and that'll retire the side. Bulldogs had 2 hits there in the first, but unfortunately not able to get anything going. And this game stays 0-0 going into the bottom of the second. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Bulldog Softball on ACTV.
today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated.
Welcome back to the bottom of the second here. We have left fielder number 19, Chiro Markham, up to bat. Comes a pitch high and inside for ball one. One 1-0 count. That one swung to second base, bobbed a little bit, and unfortunately cannot pick that one up to get back to first as she will reach on an error. That was number 6, Emma Byer, is now up to bat as we have a little bit of discussion from Trine's head coach and the ump as we're going to get a pinch hitter in. Number 12 is going to replace Tyra Macram. She'll be replaced by Emily Wheaton. Byer is still up to bat. Still waiting for her first pitch as we have that pinch runner, come in. She is showing bunt. Is back and gives bunt and went, but missed the ball for strike one. Tyra Macram reached on an error. Now we got pinch run. Here comes. She's showing bunt. Goes bunt. That would be an out on a sack bunt to get Emily Wheaton to second and in scoring position. Now the pitcher, Alexis Michon, is up to bat. Mostly known for being able to strike out the side. Still a great batter. She will see her first pitch incoming. She watched it pass by, and that is going to be called strike one. Second pitch. It's going to be called a ball, and now the count is even at ones. Third pitch of the at-bat. Shows bunt. Goes back. Whedon was thinking about going to third. Good cover by Carsey there. As she decided to go back. And we got 2 balls, 1 strike. This is the count with 1 out. She swings. It's going to be high up into the air. And caught for the second out by Ava Ferrarelli. Now batting, number 14 is Ashley Trainter, the shortstop, sophomore. She sees her first pitch, swings at it, and it's strike one. 0-1 count. Runner at second. 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Here comes the second pitch. That one's going to be outside, and now the count is even at ones. One-on-one count. Pitch. Breaking ball We had some interference on it, and that's going to be a call out right away as the runner Whedon was interfered with our shortstop. And we got called out, and that will end the inning. Don't go anywhere, as we're going to be going into the top of the third after this.
Today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you leave college.
Welcome back here. Adrian College softball continues in this doubleheader, second game, as Jenna Marasco is up to bat. No score so far. Adrian has had only one hit and also one error, while Trine has only been kept to 2 hits, no runs. And here's the first pitch for Marasco. She swings, it's popped up. And what a diving catch that was by the Trine defenseman, number 25. Macy Rasho was able to get that one, sliding in, being able to catch it for the first out. Felicia Bork now up to bat. So we have a little bit of the ump talking to Adrian College head coach. Bork showing bunt and takes strike one. Bork showing bunt again. Second pitch. Swings for strike 2. 0-2 is now the count. She's got herself in a little bit of a hole. Hopefully she can get out of. Swings, strike 3. 3 pitches, and that was a strikeout right there. Now, back up to the top of the order, we have Carson Bagelman. Her batting average is .5. 50% of her at-bats she gets a hit off of, and her on-base percentage is .575. So if anyone wants to do the math there, I'm going to calculate it as she gets on the bases a lot, as she takes a foul ball for the first strike. And let's see almost some deja vu there as she fouls off in the same exact spot. And now she's down the account 0-2. 2 outs in this inning so far. The great diving play. And then a 3-pitch, 3-strike strikeout. She fouls again to that left side. That one a little bit lower than the first 2. The 4th pitch of the at-bat is coming. And that would be strike 3. 3 batters, 3 outs for Trine, as we will go into the bottom of the third just after this.
today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you leave college.
Welcome back inside Adrian College at the softball field on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon, 71 degrees. We are in the bottom of the third as the first pitch comes in, and it's going to be outside. Batting for Trine is number 35, Scarlett Elliott, a senior, sit at 5'4", as she sees strike one, and the count is even. The third pitch of the inning, and at the at-bat, this one struck third, caught over to first, and that'll be the first out. Great play by the Bulldogs there to get the first out and keep Trine to only 2 hits so far. Next at bat, we have Emma Lee, the center fielder for Trine. First pitch, looks at, and it'll be a ball just on the outside. Malie looking for a strike here to swing at. She gets one. She swings and misses, and the count is all even at ones. She looks over to the third base coach, gets her sign, steps back into the batter box. That ball just outside, and the count is now 2-1. Fourth pitch at the at-bat. That one swung over to third. That would be 2 outs. 2 balls in play, both to third, and both are out. As there's 2 outs in this bottom of the third so far.
Now batting the right fielder, number 13,
Joe Trine up to bat, the right fielder, sophomore, sitting at 5'8". She swings. That one's going to be foul, and just almost got to it, but unfortunately it drops, and that'll be strike one. Penn having so far a good game, holding number 1 ranked Trine to only 2 hits through 2 2/3 of the inning. This one comes right back to her as she walks over and gets the third out. 3 up, 3 down for Penn as we go to the top of the fourth.
Today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you leave college.
Welcome back to ACTV here. We're at the top of the fourth, and second in the lineup, Gerhardt, ready to see the first pitch of the inning. And that one is high and wide, called for ball one. Second pitch coming in. That one's hit foul. Look to see Adrian College fan almost caught that one, but decided last second to get out of the way, as those softballs are big and they probably will hurt your hand if you try to catch that one barehanded. But the count is now at ones. And third pitch coming in. She hits that one. That one high and out of play. Luckily to the right side, so no cars were maybe at jeopardy there, but nothing is on the right side of this wonderful field here at Adrian College, so there's nothing to worry about at all. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And called strike 3. That will retire the first batter of this inning. Now, Maggie Lavelli. Lavelle is now up to bat. Second at bat of the game. Not getting anything going for the Bulldogs as she takes ball one. A little bit low there for Mishan. Mishan averaging an ERA of only 1 as that one is hit high in the air and foul territory. And the wind got a little bit of that one, as catcher for Trine was looking back, trying to track it into the sun as well, and it just got out of her reach. And Lavelle, luckily, to still be at bat here, as the count is at ones. 1 out here at the top of the fourth. Still zeros between Trine and Adrian. Trine probably not used to being at zeros. Third into the game, as this one's hit in left field, and it is caught just outside in foul territory for the second out. To bring up that last point, Trine usually averages about 8 runs per game. The first game of this doubleheader had only 5, and now they've been kept at zeros through 3. So in some unfamiliar territory for Trine as they sit 25-1, but all tied up with the Bulldogs. This pitch, did she go? First base umpire says she did not, and that would be ball one. The chalk, usually the catcher for Adrian, is a designated hitter for the second game. If she catches the first one, she'll take a called strike, and the count is now at ones. 2 outs in the top of the fourth. Adrian trying to get more than just 1 hit so far. As that one's fouled just over the fencing there. As no one was hurt, luckily, as we know of. We did not hear any screaming of pain. So I'm going to assume everyone is okay. As that one just goes just barely over the netting here at the field. 1-2 count. That was a curveball, and that was strike 3 called. And that is 3 outs of the top of the 4th, and we will be right back for the bottom. Welcome back to the bottom of the 4th here as Trine tries to get something going for them as they've only had 2 hits. First pitch of the inning was called a strike as Macy Rocha was looking at that one as it goes right down the middle of the plate. Second pitch coming in. She hits that one. That one's going to be foul and out of play. A little bumper. She was just able to hit that one right at the end of the bat and able to go foul. The count is 0-2. First batter up for the bottom of the 4th. That one just outside for ball 1. Have 1 ball, 2 strikes. The first at bat. Penn looking at her catcher to get the sign. Pitch coming in. And she did not go. Says the first baseman umpire. And the count is now all squared up at 2s. Pitch coming in. Just a little bit low on the breaking ball. And the count is now full. The umpire signals. Penn getting the read. Throwing the pitch. That one swung to the shortstop over and was off the bag. Unfortunately, Ferrarelli could not stick on the bag there. And Trine somehow gets on first base as we have another pinch runner coming in.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please, now running at first base for Trine, number 21, Allie Moss.
Number 21, Allie Moss coming in for Macy Rocha for first base. Debbie Hill now up to bat with a runner at first and 0 outs in the bottom of the 4th. That one hit foul. It's been announced that that play was an error, so Rocha won't get any credit for the play, except for Adrian will take the error for on base. Now the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball. Hill caught swinging. The count is now 0-2. What a pitch by Patton there. Put a little sauce on that one. Got Hill swinging. 0-2. Just outside. Was not able to get the line of the corner there. And now the count is 1-2. Pitch coming in. Swing over on the left side. That one goes off the building. Looks to see no damage as Softball and baseball is a little bit of a scary sport for people's cars, as most of the time they park far away to not get any damage. That comes in and not called a strike on the breaking ball, and now the count is even at 2. Here at this wonderful field, the parking lot is just on the left side corner, so if somebody would hit an oppo, as that one was hit exactly where I was talking about, and foul, just out of play. That ball bounces into the parking lot, luckily not hitting a car. That was continuing. The cars are all parked on that left side. Luckily, we don't get a lot of those, but balls like that are kind of scary for the people watching. As the runner goes, and she's safe. Allie Moss steals the bag. Now she reaches second and is now in scoring position with 0 outs. Trine are threatening. That ball, by the way, was indeed a ball. So the count is now full for Patton. Swings, and that one is again fouled off. This at bat going long. Hill being able to get some pitches out of Patton. She's had 3 that has fouled off. 1 counting for a strike. But here's now pitch. Hits it high into left field. Going back. And that ball is gone. You can put it on the board. We're talking about Trine not being able to get any points on the board. And that was an absolute blast from Hill. As she went opposite field. And Hill gets her 6th home run of the year. And that ball was just crushed. And the game is now 2-0 with 0 outs in the bottom of the 4th. The ump writing down the hit. As Trine's player number 35, Scarlett Elliott, giving him some new softballs as he is walking over to the first base umpire. Have a word with him. Don't know what exactly is going on. Now he's going over to the dugout for Adrian. Had himself a nice little stroll. Starting off over by Trine, and now then to the first base ump. Then over to the dugout. And finally he's going to put the mask back on. As Tyra Markham, who was pinch run for after she got on base from an error earlier in this game, is now at bat. 0 outs. First pitch is called a strike for Patton. And Markham looks over to her third base coach, gets a sign, is now back into the batter's box and ready for the pitch. 0-1. Called strike. Even if she went, it wouldn't have mattered. Now the count is 0-2 for her. The ump and third base coach exchanged some words. Patton looking to get the first out of the inning. 0-2 pitch. That one is outside. Good stop by Lavelle. As it wouldn't have mattered, but keeping the ball at least in front of her can give it right back to the ump or Patton. Patton 1-2. That one swung, hit, and out of play on the left side. A little bit behind that ball was Markham, as she's trying to extend this at bat for herself, trying to get herself to claw back from an 0-2 count. Now it's at 1-2. Oh, Patton just ripped that one right at Markham. She takes it right off the leg, and now she will be on base as the ump calls time. As Lavelle goes to her pitcher pad to have a little bit of a word. Markham looks to not be taken out for a pinch runner as coach elects for her to stay on base. As number 6, Emma Bayer, the shortstop, comes up to bat. She's just shown bunt in her last at bat as well and pulls it back and then goes for the bunt. But that one is a ball as she pulls it back. Interesting swing technique. Obviously, it's done as there's 0 outs and you're just trying to advance the runner 2 seconds on a sac bunt. That's exactly what she does, but that one goes foul. And the count is all squared at once. 2 runs have been scored in this inning, and that was due to a 2-run shot from Hill that went on the left side, a little Oppo Taco. And there are 0 outs, all squared up at once. And here's the pitch. She swings. It's going to be right back to Penn. And she chooses to just get the simple out at first. And we have an out, but with a runner at second. Takes a nice little walk back as the pitcher, 17 Alexis Michon, is now up to bat. First pitch of the at bat is a little bit on the outside as we get ball 1. One and 0 count. Runner at second. Here's a pitch. She thought about going, decides not to, and that ball was low. The count is 2-0. That one just outside, and the count is now 3-0. Patton looking to get back into this at bat. Need a must strike here. Wouldn't be surprised if Michon just let this one fly. And that one's called strike. A little bit of an unwritten rule. A 3-0 count to not swing. I feel like that would be like the most advantageous time to swing at it, as that pitch is swung and hit and caught by the center fielder. And there's 2 outs in this inning. Michon flies out center field. The runner stays at 2, as that ball was not hit far enough for the runner to tag up and probably get to 3. Now number 14, Ashley Tranter, comes up to bat. First pitch. Just outside. She takes ball 1. 1-0 count, 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. That one's hit to the shortstop, and that would be 3 outs. The Bulldogs get out of a little bit of a jam. Unfortunately, 2 runs were scored by Hill as she hit that one over the fence on an absolute bomb. The score is now 2-0 Trine as we go into the top of the 5th after these messages. Welcome back here at Adrian College, this wonderful softball field on this wonderful day. We are now in the top of the 5th inning. Trine unfortunately was able to score 2 runs there on a 2-run shot by Hill. As first baseman, number 16, Farrelly hits that one into foul territory, and it's dropped by Trenter, the first baseman for Trine. As Farrelly gets a little bit lucky there, as that ball was unfortunately dropped by Trenter. The count is now 0-1 to start the 5th inning. Adrian College looking to get something going, as they've only had 1 hit, and that was in the 2nd inning. 2 errors so far, as that one's also hit foul just over the netting that we have here and back behind the press box. 0-2 count for Farrelly. Mishon getting the read. The pitch. Breaking ball outside. Didn't like herself for that one. But now the count is 1-2. Mishon has an interesting setup, as she loves to stare right at, that was called strike 3 on a swing for the first out. So I was saying, Mishon loves just to stare right at the hitter as she's getting her read from the catcher, trying to embark some fear into the eyes. But when you have 81 Ks on the year and counting, I mean, I'd be a little bit scared too as a hitter. Now batting for Adrian, or 21, Ava Wolf. She fouls off the first pitch. 0-1 count. Pitch. Going to be a little bit high for ball 1. Oh, ball 2, excuse me. There's a scoreboard here. Softball field had it as 1-1, and then changed it as 2-0. That one called strike 1. 2-1 count for Ava Wolf. Second baseman, sophomore from Washington, Michigan. That one low for ball 3. Mishon will have a mound visit from her catcher. Give each other a handshake a little bit there and just walked back. Had nothing much to talk about. So maybe just a few words, as the ump thought it was going to be a little bit more of a break from Self. So he's figuring out some stuff with his helmet. He puts it back on. We're back to playing ball. 3-1 count for Mishon. Pitch, call it strike. Count is now full. Mishon was able to fire way back into this at bat. Wolf looking just to get on base, get something going for the Bulldogs. That one hit, fouled just over the fence. The count still stays 3-2. Wolf goes back into the batter box. Sean takes some dirt on her hand, which is done many of times so far. And the pitch, got her. On a breaking ball for strike 3 and the second out of the inning. Now batting number 12, Megan Lupu, a junior, sitting at 5'1", hometown of Oxford, Michigan. She gets set. Adrian needs something going on. Only got 3 more innings to do so, as Lupu takes ball 1. Lupu getting ready. Bashan getting ready. And the pitch. Shows bunt. Goes. And couldn't be caught by Rocha, covering for first. And exactly what Bulldogs needed is a baseman on first. And they have something going now as Jenna Morasco gets ready and gets set for her at-bat. 2 outs here at the top of the 5th. Hoping for a 2-out rally here at Adrian College. Looking just to get something going, as that would be an infield hit, as what it's registered on our scoreboard. Morasco takes strike 1. Sean with the pitch. Runner goes. Ball is hit and caught. A little bit of a blooper into left field, but it was caught by number 35, Elliott. And that will be it for the top of the 5th. Adrian College gets a hit, but can't get anything else out of it. And they stay at 0. The score stays 2-0, and we'll be right back.
Today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated.
Welcome back here at Adrian College. We are at the bottom of the 5th. Trine has a 2-0 lead, looking to add more, as we have Scarlett Elliott up to bat. As she takes ball 1 from Penn. Second pitch. She swings at it. Struck extremely well. She got full contact on that one. Unfortunately, went foul as she pulled it just a little bit. Her swing timing was a little bit too early. Trying to look for that perfect. As MLB The Show players would know. That one, unfortunately, a little bit too early. Softball was retrieved again. Penn. It's a little bit of grip on her hand, and here comes a pitch. That one's going to be outside to make the count 2-1. Trying to do something similar to what they did last inning, where they scored 2 runs. This is Patton's pitch. That one called strike 2, and the count is now even at 2. Signaling the count. Penn with the pitch. Swung high up. Bagelman retrieves that one. There's a pop-up fly. And there's the first out of the inning.
Now batting center fielder number 34, Emma Lee.
Now batting Emma Lee, center fielder for Trine. First pitch. Called strike. Emily, a sophomore, staying at 5'8". Obviously a righty. As she looks for the second pitch from Pad. That one just outside and a little bit low. It's going to be 1-1. Trine only 3 hits on the evening, but one of them being that bomb from Hill. That one's hit high. Up. Some communication That'd be caught for the second out. It looked like Gerhardt and Burke almost had a little bit of an issue. They almost ran into each other, but Gerhardt was able to call her off just in time and get the second out.
Number 13, Joe Trine.
Now Joe Trine up to bat. Her first pitch goes, right off. She fouls it right off the inside of her leg. That one makes me tingle. I feel bad for her. I know those ones sting. And those are brutal as she walks it out a little bit. She monitors that left foot. It seemed like she hit. Ooh, that's brutal to have, especially as a foul ball. First pitch of the at-bat, too, she's got to deal with. 0-1 count here. That one hit. Left side, not being able to pick it up was Wolf. And she's going to get on base. A little bit of a 2-out rally here as Trine's able to get their first hit of the inning and their fourth hit of the game. Now batting, Mesa Rocha with a runner on first with 2 outs. That pitch outside. Lavelle looking to see if the runner was going to go. Stared a little bit down and then just gave it right back to Pat. 1-0 pitch. That one swung right back to Pat. He's going to make the safe play to first. And it's going to end the inning for Adrian. Adrian keeps the game only of 2 as we're going to enter the 6th inning right after this.
Today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you leave college.
Welcome back here at Adrian College. This beautiful day once again. The wind blowing a little bit into us now. And who's on deck? We have Bork up to bat. Double zeros is what she wears. She's showing bunt to start off. Mishon looking at her. Here's the first pitch. Gonna be called strike. 0-1 now for Bork. Mishon again going over to the sand. Have her hand on it. Seems like that's what she likes to do. Shows bunt. That one's going to go foul just barely. As Trine. I don't know if that was a chant from the Trine's dugout. Calling Bork a loser for bunting foul. But she still shows bunt. And here's the pitch. That one's going to be a little bit high for ball 1. 1-2 is the count. Trine and Adrian do not like each other, as in every other sport, including this one. It is just always heated rivalry, especially when we're talking hockey. There's just always a hatred for these two schools against each other, as that one's going to be outside for ball 2. And Trine unfortunately got the better of Adrian College in the first game, 5-1. Which is a good showing from Adrian, as Trine is ranked first on AP polls. Now, 2-2 count. The pitch. Swing. Got a little bit early on that one. That one's going to go foul. as the third baseman coach kind of gives Bork a little bit of a laugh as that one went right off the building again. So if anyone's keeping count at home, be 2 off the building, 1 in the parking lot. That was that homer. Pitch. Struck out swinging was Bork. Meshon keeping it simple. That one was a high heater. Now, up to bat, back at the top of the lineup is Bagelman, playing third today. The first pitch of the at-bat. She bunts. It stays fair. And is not being able to be caught by the first baseman. She's going to go 2, possibly going 3. And she's going, and she's going to have a triple. A bunt laid down perfectly on the third baseline. The third baseman, unfortunately, threw that one a little bit behind Bagelman. And first baseman for Trine was not able to catch that one. And Bagelman, with some speed, creates a simple bunt for a single into a triple. And now the Bulldogs are starting to bark here as we are in the top of the 6th. And on deck is the right fielder. Sorry, not on deck. Up to bat is Taylor Gerhardt, looking to drive in Bagelman. Meshon looking just to get out of this. First one hit. And it's going to be a sack out. And the Bulldogs are now on the board. That Bagelman, nice little triple. And Gerhardt grounds out to second, but scores the run. So this game is all of a sudden back to very, very close. 2-1 score here at Adrian College. In the top of the 6th, have 2 outs now, as the catcher, Megan Lavelle, is up to bat. She's going to take strike 1 looking. It was a breaking ball that just hits the outside bottom corner. Adrian dugout chanting Maggie for her, trying to get this inning extended. And that one's in the dirt off of Perry's glove and hits the backstop. Nothing for her to worry about. She can casually go get that ball, give it back to Meshon, as there's no one on base anymore after Gerhardt was able to ground out and get Bagelman in. 1-1 count. Check swing, but it was going to be a strike anyway for Lavelle. 1-2 count. Adrian only having 3 hits, but one of them being a triple that we just saw earlier. Meshon staring and throwing. That one's high to the left and out of play. And Lavelle keeps the at-bat going and keeps the inning going as well. If she gets on, the chalk is waiting patiently on deck. Lavelle ready to hit. Sean ready to pitch. And she gets him with the breaking ball for the 3rd out of the inning. Adrian College is able to score a single run to cut the lead to 2-1 as we go into the bottom of the 6th inning. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Bulldogs softball here on ACTV.
Today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you leave college.
Welcome back here at Adrian College. We are now at the bottom of the sixth, and leading off is a girl who hit the home run, Hill. Pat maybe having that a little bit on her mind as the first pitch is high for ball one. If I'm Pat, I wouldn't give anything to Hill, as she's the only one that's been able to hit for Trine so far in this game. That one a little bit low and called for ball number 2. The count is 2-0 for the leadoff hitter for Trine. On the bottom of the 6th. That one hit foul. And the count is now 2-1. Hill's got some power on her, as that foul ball, even though it went just off the top of the bat, was still very, very fast as it went just over the net. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. That one's going to be outside for ball number 3. The sun is back out and shining, as it was a little bit clouded earlier today. A beautiful day out for all of Adrian College's campus, as it was Ribbons of Excellence Day, as that one's hit off the tip of the glove of Wolf. And it's going to be fielded by the center fielder, and Hill will continue her great day as she gets on base at first on that single. As I was saying, Ribbons of Excellence Day here at Adrian College. Most of campus enjoying the wonderful weather with no classes. Everybody's been out and about with their friends. As number 4, Russell is going to replace Hill on first for a designated hitter, as Macram gets on base. But a beautiful day out here at Adrian College. The sun is shining. It's a great day for softball, as that one is going to be a little bit low for ball 1. The only thing for the batters right now is the winds of the flags of the American flag and the Michigan flag and the Adrian College flag are blowing into, as it was blowing a little bit to the left, probably why Hill was able to hit that one on the left side with so much force and power. As we are going to get a little bit of a mound visit here from Adrian College. This is always an interesting time, as it's only the catcher and the pitcher, and then third and second base, third and shortstop get a little chatting going, and second and first, as well as all 3 outfielders gather in a nice little triangle in center. The coach breaks, and we're back to playing some good old softball here at Adrian College. Wonderful fans out here. The stands are full. So we also have onlookers out on the field. And maybe a JV game going on for baseball on the other field as well. But here's the 2-0 pitch. And that one is going to be called a strike. And then now it's 2-1. Softball field, not very known by Adrian College students, as it is tucked back behind. It's going to be a very long walk for most students here, as that breaking ball is going to be called for strike 2. And that now the count is even at 2s. There's 2 ways of getting here. You can walk by where the track is and then the baseball field and have a nice little path that, since of the weather lately of some rain, is still having a few puddles, or you can cut through the neighborhood the other way. But the fans have made it here, and to watch some softball, as that one's fouled off in the netting in front of us, and the count remains at 2s. We have double header action here on ACTV. The first game finished at Trine University Thunder 5 and Adrian College with 1. And so far the score here is 2-1 thanks to a Hill shot from Hill as she was able to have a 2-run shot to make it 2 in the bottom of the 4th. And then Bagelman was able to score in the top of the 6th to make it 2-1. The count remains at 2s after a few foul balls. And Patton is ready for the pitch. That one's going to be a breaking ball called strike 3. Running up, and Patton has her first out of the inning. As Russell remains on first after Hill was able to single off the tip of the glove of Wolf earlier in this inning. Emma Byer now up to bat, and she swings off first pitch, maybe possibly turning 2. But unfortunately, Byer is a little bit fast, and the second baseman Burke decided not to throw it as she made the conservative play of not possibly having an error. And Byer reaches on fielder's choice. It was a good play by Wolf, being able to pick that one up and swing it right over to Burke for the second out. The first pitch, first swing. That one's going to go foul for the pitcher, Michon. 1-0. You can see Penn trying to track the ball as the sun is beaming to us from the right side. Luckily, that's not in much effect here at the field, as the only people that are affected are maybe the third base coach and maybe the batter, if they are a righty, which Michon is, as she takes ball 1 of her at bat. It is 1-1 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Trine has 5 hits. The runner on first. And that one's going to be a little bit low and outside for ball 2. 2 errors for the Bulldog defense compared to 0 from Trine. But the big factor is the scoring, and it's only 2-1 as Adrian College is looking to make an upset to number 1 ranked Trine. That one, Michon swung it a little bit late on it, probably expecting a softball, a breaking ball, but only got straight gas from Patton. The count now at 2s with 2 outs. And getting ready for the pitch. That one's going to be a breaking ball just outside. Patton thought to herself that maybe she had the strikeout. And the count is now full 3-2. Lavelle having some words with Michon right in front of us here. Penn. The pitch off her foot. Oh, that's twice now that we've seen foul tips going right off the inside ankle. And Michon does not look to be in some comfort, as she is in strictly discomfort right now, as she is nursing that left leg, using her bat to kind of as a crutch almost, as she is starting to shake it off a little bit. Got some time from the ump. Lavelle asking her if she is okay. She claims that she is. The ump says play ball, and it is still 3-2. The count. Now, the pitch. That one's outside, and Michon will take her base on a walk. Now we have runner first and second with 2 outs. Trying to make a little bit of a rally here, as Trine head coach is going to come talk to the ump, looking to discuss something. We might have a pinch hitter coming in. Not sure. Or she's going to have a pinch runner come in, as the ump is. We look to see, we have number 22, Doreen, coming in for 14. Ashley Transfer, the shortstop, but playing first for today's second game. Dorian, first at bat of the day. First pitch is going to be called strike. Just clipping that outside of the strike zone.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now pinch batting is number 22, Michaela Dora.
Doran saw the first ball. That pitch called a strike on a beautiful breaking ball that caught the top of the zone. As that one started off way too high, but just lovely just comes in right into the strike zone. And now the counter is 0-2. I have runners at first and second with 2 outs. That one's going to be outside, and the counter is 1-2. Adrian looking to keep the score only at 2-1, as they are only back by 1 by the number 1 ranked team in Trine. Lavelle calls off the first pitch that was given to her. That one's going to be outside again. The count is now 2-2. Pan not trying to get anything going for Doran, as she was 0-2 in the count. Now comes back 2-2. But here comes a pitch. That one's going to be fouled off at the top of her bat and hits the netting right in front of us here in the press box. And it remains 2-2 the count. Pitch. That one's going to be a little bit low and outside. Now the count is full at 3-2. Runners at first and second here in the bottom of the 6th. Trine looking to add a little bit of insurance to their lead. And Adrian trying to hold the Thunder off. That one's hit high into center field. And looks like Bert hold off that one for the 3rd out. Excuse me, it was Gerhardt there that called off the center fielder to get that one. And Trine threatens to extend their lead, but only keeps it at 1. And the score remains 2-1 here as we go into the top of the 7th and the last chance for Adrian to take this game away from Trine. We'll be right back.
There's so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths,
Welcome back here at Adrian College. We're going into the top of the 7th here on this doubleheader of the second game. For those wondering, Adrian is the visiting team for the second game, so they are batting in the top. So if Trine is able to hold them off in this inning, then they will win the game. DeChalk has other plans in her mind as she is up to bat to lead off this top of the 7th inning. Michon looking to complete the full game to only give up 3 hits and 1 run. First pitch is a little bit outside, the umpire says, and we give ball 1. The count 1-0 at the top of the 7th. And DeChalk swings at that one, just hits the top of the netting here, and the count is now 1-1. Michon looking to improve to 10-1 of her record. She's used to only giving up 1 run as her ERA stays. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. That one in there for strike 2. The chalk at first thought it was a little bit inside, but the ump says otherwise. And the count is 1-2. Michon takes a little bit of dirt in her hands as she's done all throughout this game. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. And strike. Oh no, it was tipped. Right, so it looks like it was going to be strike 3. But the chalk was able just to get a little bit on that one. And her at bat continues at 1-2. Bulldogs looking to fight back into this one as they are only down by a run. The pitch. Got her on the breaking ball. It's going to be another K for Michon in her wonderful year that she's had, as they are 2 outs away from ending this doubleheader with a sweep. As we have Pan Russell coming in for Adrian College. She will pinch hit for Ferrarelli as she is getting set up. As the umpire tells everybody up at the press box who's coming in. And he gets set and calls to play ball. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. And the first pitch of the at-bat is going to be a ball just a little bit outside. Pan Russell stands at 5'11", the tallest player for the Bulldogs. She's a sophomore from Battle Creek, Michigan. As here comes the second pitch, and she swings it. That one's going to be high and into the parking lot. Unfortunately, that one's going out of play. So now the count is going to be 1s with 1 out. You see the amount of power that Russell has. That's why she comes in as a pinch hitter, trying to get the Bulldogs something going. As one swing of the bat can make a whole difference of this game. All Adrian needs is 1 run. 1-1 pitch is a little bit low and outside, as Russell has a good eye to make the count 2-1. Michon picks up some dirt, brushes it off, and looks to try to get another strike and then another out. As she will get another strike because that one's fouled off by Russell. Now the count sits at 2s. Russell feeling out the swing still. Looking to get Adrian into this game again. Trying to get a last inning rally. And here's the pitch. She booms it. That one might be going. It is! Oh my goodness! We talked about how one swing can change this game. And Russell absolutely destroys that one. And all of a sudden, you can put it on the board as she screams and hits the home plate. And all of a sudden, this game's tied at 2. Oh my goodness. That ball was absolutely destroyed. And we have some fans here right by the trees, and they're showing off the ball. They're looking at our camera out in the outfield, trying to show it, but obviously our camera out there does not move. Gives us this great view that you guys are watching right now. But they are showing off the ball, and they cannot believe that Russell just absolutely destroyed that ball right by the scoreboard out here at the field. And we have number 15, Abby Chwalik. Hopefully I said that right. Don't really know, but she takes strike 1. Is that one not foul? Remind, it's Abby Hoff. Got the Abbies mixed up. as there are 3 of them on this Bulldog team. The count 1-1. And that one's going to be high and inside. This game has kind of flipped as it was all trying to start off in the first 5 innings, but now Adrian College has scored 1 run in the 6th, and then that home run here in the top of the 7th has made this game 2-2. Deshaun looking to have a strike, and there it is. 2-2. Want to go back to the last at bat. Deshaun tried to throw a breaking ball, but Russell was just able to read it and sat on it, and it was just sent out of the field. Here's Michon, 2-2. That breaking ball works. And that would be out number 2. As Megan Lupu comes up to bat with 2 outs in the top of the 7th here at Adrian College, looking to make the upset of number 1 ranked Trine. That pitch is going to be a called strike 1. Lupu, known hitter for the Bulldog team. So the other 2 in this inning were pinch hitters. That one's hit high up. Back is Lee, and she's going to make the catch to end the inning. The Bulldogs able to tie up this game with a 1-run shot from Russell to make it 2-2. And we're going to start here at the bottom of the 7th inning as Trine is looking to walk this game off and avoid the upset. And we'll be right back here on Adrian College.
There's so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community.
Welcome back here at Adrian College. You are in for a great one here as the score is 2-2. And at bat is number 35, Elliott, as she is trying to get Trine to have a walk-off opportunity here to end this Tuesday evening with a sweep over Adrian, as that one is called for a strike, and the count is now sitting at 1s. Fans here at Adrian College loving this game so far, as that one goes straight back at Payton. And unfortunately, Russell's not able to pick that one up in time. And the leadoff, Elliott, is going to be able to get on base as that comebacker hit Patton right in the shin. As she seems to be all right, hopefully. The trainer goes out to check on her. Patton telling the trainer that she doesn't need any help, as most athletes here are known for their grit. And that is on full display here, as she's going to take a few warm-up throws to make sure that she is A-okay. And she throws one and then goes back to the trainer and says she is all good, as the infielders discuss a little bit, and the outfielders as well. And at bat here we have, right at the back of the top of the lineup for Trine, it's Emma Lee, number 34. So in a dangerous position, Adrian is, as they are dealing with a runner on first in the top of the order here in the bottom of the 7th. Shows bunt, She went, missed it, strike one. And Roland Russell kind of watching the bag while also watching the bunt. Also, Wolf now in third is staring at Lee to make sure that she won't bunt. And if she's looking for the bunt, she's going to lay it down. That one called for ball one as she almost went until the last second and pulled back just in time for it to be called a ball. And the count is now at ones. Uh-oh. Unfortunately, Lavelle was not able to get that one, and Elliott goes from first to second on a wild pitch, and now it goes from not so great to really bad for Adrian, as now Trine has a runner in scoring position, and all there needs to be is a nice single up the middle, but they're still showing bunt, and that's going to hit her. And the umps are talking, and that's going to be called a strike. So Lee, for the viewers at home that did not really understand what just happened, Lee went to go bunt, and she was hit by the pitch but did not pull back her bat in time. So instead of being able to go to first on a hit by pitch, instead it's a strike, and the count is now 2-2. Elliott moved to third off of that, which is also not illegal, but she's back at second now. And that ball is going to be outside. And the count is now 3-2. We have a full count in the bottom of the seventh with 0 outs and a runner at second. The pitch. And she's going to take ball 4. Well, Adrian Koch has put themselves in a little bit of a jam here, as the leadoff hitter, Elliott, had a comebacker right at Penn, and that one hit her in the leg and was able to get on first off of that. And then now Penn walks Lee, and we have runners first and second, shows bunt. That one's going to tip off the plate and off of Joe Trine, as the 0-1 is the count. Trine looking to sack bunt just to move. That's exactly what they're going to do, as it will be a sack bunt. Joe Trine doing exactly what she was told by her coach, to sack bunt, lay the bunt down, and move the runners now in second and third. They're sitting at. And up to bat is number 25, Macy Rocha, who can walk off the Thunder with 1 hit. The first pitch, she swings, and that one's going to be caught on a live drive. The throw, Elliott's not going to go. She's going to stay at third. What a play that was by Gerhardt to catch that line drive. All Macy Rocha had to do was have that one a little bit higher in the air, and that could have been a sack bunt, and the runner and Elliott could have scored. But instead, it was a straight line drive to right field, and Gerhardt was able to make the play and have a great throw back to keep Elliott at third. Lavelle was able to contain it after it dropped a little bit, but there was no problems at all. And now we have the ump and Adrian Koch's coach talking a little bit. Don't know exactly what's going on here, but the ump is seeming to be writing in their scorecard, and now Trine's coach is going to head over to the ump, probably asking what is going on. And the ump is showing him what's going on, but not us, so we don't really have a clue what's going on. But that's why. Hill was the designated hitter for today's second game, as she pitched in the first, was replaced by a designated runner, and now she replaced that designated runner back, and they're going to just intentionally walk her, which is the smartest thing to do here, as you have a runner on second and third, and you have the best hitter for Trine. Yep, they're just going to intentionally walk her. This is a smart play by Adrian College. We'd rather take bases loaded than Hill hitting another bomb to have a walk-off as, oh, she swings on that one. That intentionally walk pitch was a little bit too close, and Hill started swinging at it, hopefully trying to catch the infielders off guard. And they're exactly going to do what we've been talking about and intentionally walk her, as Hill has hit a single and also that 2-run shot earlier in the fourth. Uh-oh, and that ball is away. This game could be over. And she's safe! A wild pitch! And Trine is going to win on a wild pitch. On what was going to be ball 4 on an intentionally walk. And we have some argument going on with Adrian's head coach. Patton can't believe it. They think that run was in time. That ball was in time to get Elliott out on the wild pitch. Adrian's head coach is not happy at all. I can't believe what we just saw. It was going to be an intentional walk for Hill to make the bases loaded. And Patton and Lavelle were not on the same page. I don't know what happened there, but that ball got away. And unfortunately, Lavelle was not able to give it back to Patton in time. And this game is over. Trine is going to win 3-2 on a wild pitch walk-off. I've never seen it before. And that's just a real unfortunate way for the Bulldogs to lose this game, as they fought so hard against a top-ranked Trine, almost completing the comeback and the upset. Trine had the luck on their side, and unfortunately, that means Trine will sweep the series between them two in this 2-game doubleheader on this wonderful Tuesday night. Thank you all for tuning in to this game. Unfortunately for the Bulldogs, it could not end the way that they wanted. For Trine fans, well, there you go. Congratulations, you won. But I am Tyler Ackerman, and we will see you next time here on ACTV. Bye.
Continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. Years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence.
I believe that in